Hey folks, I've got something really interesting that I'm going to be opening up in this video and showing you guys. This is the collection of Micro Machines Transformers, micro playsets, and vehicles. So each one of these are all sold separately, and the box that I have here is basically what you'd see in any store. That, you know, it's just kind of a basic like display sort of box. And so these have been popping up in Menards stores for the holiday season for 2025, and I thought that these Micro Machines were not being made anymore or on some sort of hiatus or something. Have not seen these in any of the main stores for at least a year or two. You know, any sort of Micro Machines that I just don't think they've sold very well. Not well enough to keep them going in the main big box stores anyways. But these have showed up at Menards stores, and I'm going to guess that they're basically overstock of some sort. I'm not sure, but in any case, they've been showing up there. So I wanted to just buy, you know, like maybe 2 or 3 of these, because mainly I'm interested in the playsets. That's just me personally. And I know that the playsets in here are duplicated or triplicated or whatever. I don't know how many unique varieties of playsets are in here, but I know that they are at least duplicated. So, you know, I wanted to just get a few of them, but they are mystery packs. Now you can actually see what is inside here by looking at some of these numbers on the bottom, like 6A-02 means one thing, and all the rest of them have their own unique identifiers. So you can go online and kind of see that, but I had a little trouble trying to figure out, online there's forums and things that will tell you which cars are in them and stuff, but I had some trouble trying to identify the play sets. Maybe I didn't dig deep enough into it, but I'm like, you know what? It would make kind of a fun video to just buy the whole collection, open them up, and this would serve as a nice reference for anybody else out there who's maybe coming across these and curious what's inside each of them. So I decided to buy the whole box, and yeah, we're going to open each one. If there are duplicated play sets, which I expect, I'm just going to put together one of them and leave the other to be, but I'll show you each of the cars inside each of these, of course. So here's a look at the outer packaging of this, just the box. So I've never really been just a personal fan of the Transformers combination. I just like Micro Machines by themselves, but these actually, the actual Transformers aspect of these doesn't seem to be, I don't know, it doesn't seem to be too majorly there. These kind of just look like Micro Machine sets on their own accord for the most part. Anyways, here's a look at the back of this. 2023 is the copyright from Jazzwares. And again, I do not think that they are Jazzwares and licensed by Hasbro. I do not think that they are actually actively making new ones of these, but finding them in stores kind of, I don't really know, I guess, but anyways, yeah, I do think they're probably some overstock, but anyways, we'll just go ahead and start opening these one by one and see what we've got. So starting with the first one, we've got 6A-02. I don't think that any of these other numbers above it are necessarily unique for anything, but in case they are, you can see that. Here's what the packaging looks like for each of these, and I like it. It's pretty neat, and I just like the idea in general. This little little rectangular cube type thing that unfolds into a little play set and has one car in it. These were $3 a piece, and I feel like that's a pretty fair asking price, I gotta say, for these days. So yeah, these are kind of fun little stocking stuffer type sized items, and I don't know, this is going to be fun to just check all of these out. So let's go ahead and open up this first one here. And the fun thing is, if you happen to come across these in the wild and you want to buy a box just like this, you'll have to double check all of these to make sure that it's full, and then you'll have to double check that you have unique identifiers for each of these. Because if you're in the store, somebody might mess around with them and stuff like that. But the one that I bought, it should be a complete collection with each unique set. So open this up. We've got a little instruction set there. This is the little set, which should have the car and everything else inside there. So let me go ahead and open this first. Does have this little Transformers little glass piece there. It looks like we've got some stickers, and this is going to be probably that a military type set, as it looks like, or like a fire theme set or something. There's actually a lot of little stickers here, so it should give it a good look when it's put together. But anyways, let's see what we've got for instructions. Actually pretty detailed. So yeah, it shows you how to unfold it, you know, all this. So it's actually like really, really detailed for everything that's inside here. And there, it even goes on to the back. So this will actually kind of take, it's going to take me a little while to do each of these. So again, if there's duplicated playsets, I'm doing one of each. So, but yeah, the little decoder thing is to reveal a hidden alliance, I guess, on the bottom of the car. So something like that. But anyways, let's go ahead and open this little thing up here. And let's see, I think you open it here? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where you open this. Okay, I guess I had it right. And I guess when you open this up, this isn't exactly how the layout is supposed to be designed. It even says on the instructions that you're supposed to take everything apart and then reassemble it as the instructions illustrate to do so. So I guess that's what I'm going to do. Do have a little bag of accessories here. So this is going to be a nice full little playset when it's all said and done. It's got this little crane feature. This should be a pretty detailed little set for how little it is. And then what is probably going to be some people's favorite thing is to see the Micro Machine vehicle. So let's take a look at that once the camera focuses in on it a little bit better. I actually kind of like this car. This looks pretty cool. The way that this 4 is printed right here, though, that seems like a kind of an odd printing situation that has happened there, because this side looks like that and this one looks like that. So that might be a bit of a flaw. I'm not sure. There's the bottom, and let's see if you can use this little decoder on camera to see anything. I don't know, that might be kind of hard to make out, but you know, you got a little logo and you can pretend to just see the logo with the little decoder. So there's that. Okay, so here's a look at what the little set looks like, and honestly, a lot of little detail has gone into this, which I'm a pretty big fan of. So the stickers look pretty good, and just the overall layout of it, you know, every little area kind of has something to do, it looks like. So I don't know, I guess we can just kind of drive the car through all the different little spots here. This says, what is this? Auto something rollout, automotive roll. I don't know what that says. Auto something rollout on the little sticker there, but got this little crane here, which I don't think this works perfectly, but you can kind of turn it this way. Let's see, like that. Let me see if I can try and grab at the car here and try to lift it up. It's actually kind of hard to do, so maybe that doesn't work super well. Let's see. How's the best way to grab that, I guess? You can kind of grab it like that. Doesn't really seem to hold it well, so I'm going to say that that particular feature, it doesn't work super well. Nice gesture, but doesn't really work. So, but anyway, we'll just drive through the rest of the set here, and then here you got just the little cityscape, or well, the little view of just like a industrial area on fire. So that's kind of the theme of this one. Got this little kind of mini bridge piece, which I actually like. And then you can kind of drive around over here, and then the rest of this is kind of just, kind of like an off-roading little area, if you will. Kind of just drive through like that. So nothing super fancy about this. Obviously, it comes in a little box, and so there's not a ton of opportunity to be super detailed with this. But I do like how just the general layout looks. So that's pretty neat. I'll just drive through here one more time. And then with that, maybe I'll try to show you how to fold this back up. So to put this all back together, I think, obviously you got to take apart all of the smaller pieces, and then I think it just becomes a matter of, kind of puzzling together a way that these will just all kind of go back, because I don't think there's any set way to do this per se. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Let's see. So how would you do this? I'm just kind of figuring this out on the fly, to be honest. Let's say if you just put these together like that, that's together, and then let's see. I wonder if these two, I can just put this in like that and snap that on. Then I should be able to put all the pieces inside. So everything is in there now. And I suppose, let's see. If you wanted to fit the instructions in there, they're a little bit big, so you'd have to maybe crumple them up a little bit, but you could stuff it in there if you wanted to. But otherwise, I think you could just close it up like this, like that, and now it's all closed up. So really, there's no one answer to putting this together. You just kind of piece them together, and then there you have it. But everything fits inside there pretty smoothly. So I gotta say, I really like these things. Generally speaking, pretty cool. All right, so coming back to the instructions for a second, the reason why this is so detailed is because this should be what comes in every single set. So, essentially what we've got is it shows you all the different play sets, and those are labeled like playset 4A, 4B, 5A, 5B, and so forth. And it has instructions for each of those. So 6 varieties of play sets, and those should be essentially duplicated. So that's what that's all about. And then up here, this actually gives you a reference to everything, each different variety. So, you can either, get this playset variety with one or the other vehicles, this playset variety with one or the other vehicles, and so forth. So you got all 12. So it's nice that it kind of gives you a little bit of a guide, and yeah, that's actually super helpful. So that's just a look at the instructions. All right, so let's get into the next one here, and it's a quick look around at the box, and this one is 5A-01. So let's open that one up and see what we've got inside. Probably less of a mystery since I showed you those instructions, but nevertheless, if you only took a quick glance at those and didn't pause the video, then it's still a surprise to you, and to me as well, because I didn't pay that much attention to them. So let's see what we've got. Should have the same instruction manual inside. And let's just go ahead and open this up. And so few accessory pieces right here. And the one car that we get inside here. Let's take a look at it. Kind of looks like a dump truck to me, I guess. Something like that. Maybe not exactly. I'm not sure what this is, I guess. But in any case, there's a look at it. Alright, this should have the same instructions, so I will not show you those. But there is a quick look at the label sheet, and I'm going to go ahead and put this together. Okay, so let's take a look at this set. Another one with some nice decorations and little features given the size. So you can drive up here. You got a nice little twisting road. And got a little sign there. You got a little bell here that can go back and forth. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but a little round area. The cool thing is it does have a little garage door here, so you can open that up. Drive in. You got like a little pretend repair bay area here, so you can pretend to work on the truck. Close the garage door and open it again and drive the car out. Little fire hydrant there, and we'll close that and drive off here. And that's basically a look at this one. Alright, so next little set here, this one is going to be 4A-01. So we'll go ahead and open this one up. And same instructions in there as usual. And we'll go ahead and crack this one open. And it looks like this one comes with a little helicopter. Trying to see, yeah, these wings do kind of separate, and they all spin. That's kind of neat. So there's a look at this helicopter. Okay, so here's a quick look at this one. Kind of a little, looks like a military-ish type playset, whatever you want to call it, but we'll just, I guess, pretend to drive the helicopter around since that is what came with it. And, yeah, it looks like you should be able to park it in the garage here if you turn the wings just right. So, then this little garage does have two openings on each side, so you can kind of pretend that's, I don't know, a place to park it, even though that's probably not really what it's for a helicopter, but it does have a little helipad here, and it does also have this flag hanging down, so that, I don't know, you could probably put that somewhere else, like maybe right here, since if you want to pretend this is a helipad, then you probably shouldn't have that in the way. But nevertheless, there was a quick look at that set. Okay, now we'll get into the next one, and this one is going to be 6B-02. So let's open this one up and see what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at this one. And this comes with, well, this looks like a similar-ish design to one of the other ones, but different color scheme. So, and this one comes with a gold truck. A very golden looking truck there. So let's just have a good look all around at that. Very, very shiny, this one. Looks like it's yeah, this is a Ford F-150. So there's a look at that. And this one, let's take a look at the sticker sheet real quick, and then I'll put it together. Okay, so here's a look at this one, and as you can tell, they do recycle a lot of the same parts. So some of these accessory pieces are different. This one is different, but, you know, same bridge, same little tank piece here, different colors kind of here and there, but nevertheless very similar pieces. But let's just take a drive through this one. And I guess this this bridge piece, for whatever reason, is not holding very well. So I don't know. I'm just going to have to deal with that. But drive across this. Got this little drive thing here. So I don't know. Pretend that's a little something. I don't know. Repair bay or drive through something or other. But this is kind of a construction theme, it looks like. You can drive through here. And it even says on the little sticker on this sign here, Micro Machines Towers coming soon, or something like that. But you can drive around here, drive across the little bridge, and then we do have one little crane feature here. So let's see how well this one works compared to that other one. Might be slightly better. I think this one could maybe actually pick up the car. Perhaps. I mean, you kind of gotta manually do it, I guess. I don't know that it's going to hold it on its own accord very well. This is also very hard for me to do with one hand, by the way, too. So yeah, it can kind of hold the car, but not super well, I guess. So anyways, there's a look at that. And again, this piece is kind of coming loose a little bit here. But drive across here. And, you know, over here again by this tank, little kind of construction area that you can sort of drive through and park there. So there's a look at that set. All right, so here comes the next one. And this one is going to be 6B-01. And it looks like this is going to be the first duplicate playset. So this is literally exactly the same as the one that I just put together. So for this one, all I'm going to do is show you the car that's included. And that should be, I think this is this a Chevy Silverado? Anyways, here's a good look at it. That's not a bad looking truck. But I'm going to skip, and it's got a little hitch on it too, but yeah, I'm going to skip putting together this playset because it's identical to the other one. I am noticing that not all of these actually come with that little red piece to see, you know, like the little transformer or whatever thing. Not all cars have that, I guess. So that's kind of interesting, and this is one of those sets that just doesn't come with that. So, but like I said, I'm going to skip putting this one together, but you saw the car. All right, so next up we have 6A-01. So let's get inside this box. Alright, so instructions here. Let's open it up. And this one does indeed look identical to one that I've already opened. In fact, I think this was the first one I opened with the crane. And this one, therefore, I will not show you the playset for. But we do need to take a look at the vehicle. This one has a little semi-truck. It doesn't have the hauler behind it, but nevertheless a semi-truck. So let's just take a good look at that all around. It's kind of a mean-looking machine. So there's that one. All right, so now we're getting into the final 6 here. So past the halfway point, this one is going to be 4B-01. And let's open this set up. And this one is looking like a fresh playset. I am going to just first show you the car on this one. So this one is a hazardous material response unit. This is actually a pretty big truck. But let me just give you a good 360 look at this. So there's a look at that. And actually, as I look at the instructions to see the other variation of this playset, which car comes with it, I'm thinking I might like the other one a little bit better than this one. So I'm going to skip putting this playset together for now, and we'll just go to the next one. And the next one here is going to be 4B-02. So let's open this one up. And indeed, this is the other version of it, I think. And so, yeah, I think my personal preference is this one. So this will be the set that I put together and show you guys for this variation. But let's just take a look at this truck right here. I just kind of like it because it's actually still a big truck, just smaller than that hazmat one. And I don't know, I kind of like the look of this one better personally. So yeah, let's put this set together. Here's a look at the sticker sheet that's included. Alright, so here is a look at this one. I gotta say, I do like the green kind of grass colors of it. But, yeah, kind of another, I don't even know, basically industrial type playset. So drive up here, and we do have this little garage feature again, which has been seen on other varieties of sets. I kind of like the way that this looks when it's parked in there. It's kind of a perfect fitting thing for this, actually. And just out of curiosity, I'm going to pull that big hazmat truck back here and see if this one actually fits in the garage. Let's see. Actually, it does. That is, oh my goodness, is that ever a tight fit? But it does fit in there. Look at that. So, well, kudos to them for making it just the right size. But anyways, we'll keep driving this one across and just see what we've got here. Basically, a lot of just driving areas, as is the main thing with most of these. Yeah, this one doesn't really have any notable action features of any sort, just kind of that drive-in garage. And again, it kind of just nicely fits the car there. So anyways, there's a good look at that one. Alright, so here is what we get next, and this one is going to be 5A-02. So let's open this one up. Let's see, maybe I'll try this side. And this one is looking to be a repeat play set again. And, you know, that's as expected as we get towards the end here. So I will not be opening or putting together this play set, but I will certainly show you the vehicle. And this one is a pretty big one. So let me just show you this one all around. Quite large indeed for a micro machine. So there's a look at that one. Okay, so the next one we get, this one is going to be 5B-01, and we'll try opening it from this side. Alright, so here is the car that we get inside this one. Let's just take a good look at it. Kind of like this one, actually. I don't know that the wheels spin particularly well on it, but good enough, I guess. And this one, I'm not sure if I like this car better, or I think Chevy Camaro comes with the other variety of this playset. So I'm going to pass on this one for just a second. Alright, so the next one that we're going to open up here is 5B-02. And this one, yes, I think this one comes with that red, the red car that I thought I might like a little better, and I think I do. I'm not really sure. They're kind of both pretty good varieties, honestly. But anyways, let's just take a look at the car. Alright, so I guess I've tentatively decided I like this one better. I don't know. The sets are the same, so I'll just go ahead and put this one together, I guess. Yeah, This one's got a few accessories. I'll show you the sticker sheet on it real quick. Alright, so here's the sticker sheet on this one. Kind of a little repair center, which is pretty cool. Kind of like this one. This one's kind of more... This one has a little closer to like a city theme, it looks like, compared to the other. So I think I'm going to like this one. Okay, here's a look at this set, and I do like the look of it the best with the stickers and the theme. And it has, you know, many repeats of another set, but, you know, it's got this opening garage door here. And instead of this being a drive-in repair bay, it actually has this little platform here where, you know, you could place your car. And essentially you can kind of have it as a display piece, but essentially pretending like you're working on it. Actually holds it fairly well, so that's kind of cool. If you do want to, you know, take this off, of course, and just, you know, put it somewhere else so you can actually use that service bay, you know, kind of as a drive-through area, you can certainly do that too. But again, opening and closing garage door. And then, I don't know, we'll just, why don't we just drive around here and drive around again. So I just put that there. You can kind of put it wherever. Little fire hydrant. You can drive up the road here. And then this is kind of neat here. It's got another little pretend repair bay area. So you can drive on here and pretend to be repairing the car. It's kind of like a dual service bay. Drive out. And that's a look at this one. So I think this one's probably going to be a keeper for me. All right, folks, and we've got just one left. And this one is going to be 4A-02. So let's go ahead and open this one up. Sticker sheet on that one. Let's take a look at the big tanker that comes with this one here. So this is kind of cool. It goes back and forth. It's got actually two rotating pieces up here. It's actually kind of neat. So there's a look at that. Let's take a good look all around at it. And since this set is identical to the one I put together with the helicopter, I will not assemble this one. But there we have it. We've looked at all of them. Okay, so here I connected 6 out of the 12 playsets together. And this is kind of just a simple layout, connecting them together which way seemed easiest to me. But of course you could rearrange each individual set any way you want, any of these parts. They're very interchangeable. And just make any creative layout that you want, which I think is really cool. And look at the nice kind of, just this big cityscape that you end up with. I do think this would be better, in my opinion, just my personal opinion, if they would kind of follow some sort of similar theme, like whether they be city sets or military sets or whatever. Because basically we've got 2 military style sets here and here. We've got 2 city type sets with the fire station and then this repair shop here, and then 2 construction style sets. So this might be kind of cooler, at least in my opinion, if they all kind of had a central theme. But then again, I don't know, some variety is good. But these are also sort of duplicated within themselves, because you can see like this set right here and this set share pretty much all the same pieces. Color schemes are slightly different, and a few of the smaller accessory pieces are a little different, but otherwise they are pretty much the same set, and that's pretty much across the board. You know, each set has a sort of twin, and then all of these sets have an equal twin with a different car with all the other ones. So this, again, is 6 out of the 12 sets. But I still think this is, you know, it's still pretty cool that you can make a layout like this with just half the sets. And, yeah, it's pretty cool. So maybe I'll just take one car and just drive it through the entire town real quick. So we'll just drive this golden truck. And, again, I didn't connect these in the most ideal way for doing a complete drive through the town, but we're going to make it work one way or the other. And we'll drive over here. Maybe that one will park there. Drive into here, and these ones, the way that these ended up connecting together, really got a lot of different intersections here. So drive over to the fire station, maybe turn around, and we'll drive into the kind of military play sets here. This one ended up being kind of a straightaway. And we'll just end up by backing into the garage over here. And basically that is going to be it. These sets, I think, are pretty cool. For only $3 each, I'd say it's kind of hard to go wrong. And yeah, so I don't know if these are going to be, I don't know if these will be available again easily anywhere. So, you know, I might have just gotten lucky with finding these at the Menards store, and that might be the last place that they show up. I don't know. Otherwise, probably just Overstock type stores. But in any case, there was a look at these Micro Machines, Transformers, mini play sets. Well, let me just show you what the box says. Micro playset plus vehicle and mystery pack. So that's just a look at all 12 different variations of this. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching.